Ahí?
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
I didn't get any taller in the new year, unfortunately. Ready to go? Okay. Well, I know that folks are just beginning to make sense of what happened yesterday. And first, I want to say thank you to so many members of the community. I've been talking to residents who were affected by the tornado, and one thing that they're all grateful for is the notification and the media. And so I do want to acknowledge that is the importance of information, the importance of staying attuned to our local news. It was literally a lifesaver for folks to know that there was this threat of tornadoes, and then of course folks heeding the advice, not just of the news, but the alerts they received on the phones, being very quick to get to a safe spot in their home. So I want to thank the community for doing that. I want to thank so many folks that are out there helping. I've met with members of faith communities. I've met with volunteers, just neighbors that are checking on neighbors, that are helping out. Of course, all of our jurisdictions working together. Our first responders were on it from the start. I was just visiting with Mayor Wagner of Pasadena. I've been working to get in touch with Mayor Mouton, and our team has been in touch with the other local leaders. And they, as always, are right out front, trying to work hard to get this to move quickly and go back to normal as soon as we can. A big takeaway for me is just what it means for the community to work together. And in some ways, as we see this destruction, I mean, some truly floored, completely leveled homes, and to see that nobody, no fatalities, minimal injuries as best we can tell, that is a reflection of folks' resilience, of folks' quick thinking, and really our guardian angels in some way, protecting our community, protecting Harris County. I've been, as folks know, I was in Colombia with my grandfather, and the last 10 days I was in Thailand taking a vacation that I planned a few months back. And so, in my absence, the team has been completely on top of it. I'm very grateful for that, for our emergency management team, for my team at the county. I landed at 3:30 this afternoon from Vancouver and immediately came by to see the damage, to visit with community members, to hear firsthand what they were hearing, what they were thinking. The main request that I hear is for debris pickup. And so we're working very hard, the county working with the cities. Commissioner Garcia of Precinct 2 is also leading there to get this debris picked up as soon as possible. Nobody wants to see their business out there like this. It's not the community to see things just in the front lawn in that way. And so I understand the emotional and symbolic importance of picking up that debris, as well as just the convenience factor. So we're going to get on that. And other than that, we're working with our partners, the Red Cross. I know that they've stood up a shelter, other communities of faith. We're working to request aid from the federal government, at minimum in terms of low interest loans, SBA loans, which are for small businesses and for residents. We can't guarantee that we'll receive that from the federal government, but we can absolutely ask and be very, very clear with our requests. It doesn't seem that we're going to meet the threshold of damages to be able to receive direct aid from FEMA, but what I have heard, not just from the community members I visited with, but also from our elected officials, is that most of the folks affected, if not all of them, are insured, and so that's a plus. Of course, the copay is still a challenge for folks, but that's going to be helpful, and we're going to continue to see what more we can do as a county, and in partnership in bringing together the various nonprofits and communities of faith that want to help. And so with that, I'm very happy to be back. I'm so sorry to see the destruction, to see just how indiscriminate this tornado was, but I'm so grateful that, above all, we were able to protect the life safety of folks, and we're going to work together to rebuild. I'm going to repeat my remarks in Spanish, and then I'll answer questions. He estado visitando con miembros de la comunidad aquí la destrucción del tornado, y realmente es impactante ver esto, tantos techos, inclusive hogares completos destruidos, y saber que no hubo pérdida de vida hasta donde más. Lo último que sabemos, Sí, obviamente hubieron personas que fueron lastimadas, pero nada grave. Entonces eso me dice varias cosas. Uno, el impacto de las noticias locales. Hablando con los miembros de la comunidad me han dicho que realmente esas noticias locales les salvaron la vida. Las alertas al celular, le agradezco a los miembros de la comunidad que inmediatamente revisaron esa alerta, inmediatamente fueron a encontrar un sitio seguro en su hogar, en su casa, y así pudieron sobrevivir el tornado. Y también, bueno, tantos grupos que están trabajando por ayudar, iglesias, voluntarios. He estado en contacto con los alcaldes, hemos estado en contacto con la Cruz Roja, bueno, los trabajadores que nos están ayudando a reconstruir esta comunidad. Entonces quiero agradecerle a todos y nuestros ángeles guardianes que miren esta destrucción y no se perdió ninguna vida. En cuanto a nuestro trabajo, estamos trabajando por recoger escombro. Eso es lo que más pide la comunidad. A nadie le gusta ver este tipo de destrucción, además que emocionalmente es pesado. Entonces estamos trabajando con la ciudad, las ciudades, estamos trabajando con Adrián García, el comisionado, y el condado a recoger el escombro. Estamos pidiéndole apoyo al gobierno federal, especialmente lo que son los préstamos de SBA. Son préstamos con muy bajo interés para aquellas personas que los necesiten. No sabemos si el gobierno nos va a ofrecer esa ayuda, pero lo mínimo que podemos hacer es pedir la ayuda. No hubieron suficientes daños para calificar para lo que es la ayuda directa de FEMA, que eso sería básicamente bonos directos a la comunidad por parte del gobierno federal. Eso sabemos que no vamos a llegar a ese límite, pero sí estamos viendo qué otra ayuda se puede ofrecer. Las buenas noticias es que la mayoría de las personas que se han visto afectadas tienen seguro, entonces el seguro pues va a cubrir, va a poder arreglar esa situación. Por parte mía, bueno, he estado fuera, como saben, estuve en Colombia visitando a mi abuelo, que he estado pues muy enfermo, y después estuve de vacaciones. Hace meses había planeado unas vacaciones en Tailandia, entonces estuve 10 días por allá. Acabo de aterrizar, a las 3:30 de la tarde aterricé de Vancouver y me vine directamente aquí. Le agradezco a mi equipo en el condado, mi equipo de emergencias que estuvieron trabajando en esto en mi ausencia, y bueno, a todos los trabajadores de emergencia, a la Cruz Roja, a todos los alcaldes que han trabajado en esto. Me entristece ver la destrucción, pero estoy tan agradecida de saber que nuestra comunidad pudo pasar esto con seguridad, con vida, con salud. I'll answer any questions.
You said that this destruction doesn't quite meet the threshold for a certain amount of assistance. Is there any part of the budget from the county that could possibly go to help those in need if they don't have insurance and they're not able to get that federal aid?
We're looking into that. So we have a meeting of Commissioners Court on Tuesday. We'll look. It's hard to know, exactly what we can do right now because we're working with the state government as well, and I should thank the state government also for their support. I received a communication from Chief Kidd with the state, the Texas Department of Emergency Management. I failed to mention them earlier, but they've been just fantastic as always, and I know the governor's been watching and supporting Harris County as well. So we're working with them to see how they can help us. We're working together to see how we can request support from the state. I will put an agenda item at Commissioners Court on Tuesday to discuss what the county can do. At minimum, helping folks navigate whatever resources are available, putting together resource fairs with the nonprofits, with the organizations that may have some grants, and at best, we'll see if we can provide some additional support.
Esa misma pregunta le iba a hacer yo, lo del FEMA, que no calificar. Mucha gente se va a decepcionar al escuchar eso, pero ¿qué es lo que hay? ¿Qué es lo que puede hacer el condado para ayudar?
Bueno, ahorita estamos trabajando con el Estado nos ha ayudado muchísimo, está trabajando con nosotros para ver qué recursos podemos traer al condado Harris. Entonces esa conversación se está llevando a cabo ahorita con el Estado y a ver qué recursos, estamos trabajando con el Estado para ver qué recursos podemos traer al condado Harris para ambos, bueno, mano a mano, pedir más recursos al gobierno federal. Vamos a ver qué podemos sacar de ahí. El martes también pondré en la Corte de Comisionados un momento de discusión para ver si hay algo que el gobierno puede hacer por parte del condado en cuanto a ayuda directa. Como mínimo, estamos ayudando con el escombro, estamos ayudando con ver si hay alguna estructura que haya tenido un impacto, reparar eso, trabajar con las ciudades en eso, y además manejar lo que es la coordinación de los recursos de las organizaciones sin ánimo de lucro, que muchas veces ofrecen recursos. Pero vamos a ver si hay más que podamos hacer. Lo mejor sería que podamos recibir asistencia por parte del gobierno estatal o federal.
¿Existe algún tipo de ayuda para aquellas personas que tal vez no tienen seguro porque están indocumentados aquí en esta región viviendo en apartamentos y que tal vez sienten el temor de buscar ayuda porque también no saben si hay ayuda?
Estamos trabajando con las organizaciones sin ánimo de lucro para ver qué se puede ofrecer. Esto pues acaba de suceder, pero sí lo estamos trabajando. Cualquier información la haremos disponible. No voy a prometer que va a haber ayuda para todos. Es difícil, siempre cuando hay un desastre, por definición, bueno, va a haber pérdida, va a haber retos, pero sí estamos viendo qué se puede hacer, si hay algo que podemos hacer. Como mínimo vamos a referir a las personas, organizaciones sin ánimo de lucro que están trabajando en esos temas, pero en este momento no tengo la información.
About how much of Harris County was affected in terms of maybe if you have a number of structures, maybe I know it's probably still being assessed, but how much monetary damage we've suffered here?
It's hard to know. It is still being assessed. It's a very narrow line, Deer Park and Pasadena for the most part. And what is really striking is that you'll see a home completely leveled, and then the next home will be okay. And what's very clear is that tornado, it came through and it picked up strength, and then it got weak again, and picked up strength again. And that's the challenge of the assessment. As far as the threshold for small business assistance, we need at least 25 homes that are uninsured, and so we're looking to see whether we hit that number. But either way, we're requesting the federal government support on that, and that is the loans. It's a bit of a misnomer. It also goes to homeowners. And as far as direct assistance, that is grants, the number is far higher, and there's just no way we meet that. And so that's why I don't want to get people's hopes up on that. And so, it's not a widespread disaster, but for those who were victims of the disaster, it may as well have been a widespread disaster. And so that's why it's when it's something not as widespread, it's hard for us to get as many resources. But of course, for the people affected, they need the support. And so we're going to be working hard to get them as much as they can and to see what we can as the county support them with.
Como el condado también, ¿qué le garantiza a ustedes a los residentes? Que por ejemplo una señora, hablé con ella temprano, me dice que se sentía abrumada cuando sale de su casa, que fue dañada, y hay una lista de gente esperándola que le quiere arreglar el techo, la puerta, todo, y hay gente tocando. Entre esas personas hay gente que no está en realidad certificada. ¿Cuál es el mensaje a esos residentes y a los que están tratando de estafar?
Sí, es muy buena pregunta. Como siempre, quisiéramos que todo el mundo simplemente estuviera en plan de ayuda después de estos desastres, pero lastimosamente siempre hay las personas sin escrúpulos. Entonces, mire, sí va a acercarse mucha gente a ofrecer ayuda. Necesitamos esos trabajadores, pero haga bien la tarea, reciba varias opciones antes de contratar a alguien, pida referencias. Si escucha acerca de un contratista que esté tomando ventaja, por favor repórtelo. Vamos a hacer público la línea donde puede reportar eso para así asegurarnos que vamos a atacar y no permitir que esos contratistas sigan operando, que esos individuos sigan operando. Entonces esa es la recomendación, pero sí tengan cuidado. Lastimosamente pues no todo el mundo viene con buenas intenciones y hay que estar muy atentos. And I'm going to repeat that in English. I think it's very important, as obviously folks are having to hire contractors to rebuild, and unfortunately not everyone has the best intentions. And so just a reminder to request multiple quotes, to request references if you can. If you hear of a contractor, of an individual that is taking advantage, operating unethically, please do report them, and we'll make that information available about where to do that, because that'll help us go after them. We've had to do that before with the pandemic, with some of the floods, and we're able to curb that through our county attorney's office, but we rely on the community to inform us of those individuals. Thank you.
One specific number that anybody could call. Call this number.
We'll get it to you guys. I don't have it with me right now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.